Hi, welcome to Foundations Yoga. I'm Andrew from Power Moves Yoga. Go grab your mat. We got a special treat for you today. Let's get settled in.
Let's get started in child's pose. Rest your head down on the mat. Extend your arms. Take a cleansing breath in through your nose. And open mouth exhale. This time around, seal your lips. The slight restriction in your throat, breathe in through your nose. Exhale softly through the back of your throat, out of your nostrils. This type of breath is called Ujjayi Pranayama. Let its audible sound begin to clear the space between your ears. Inhale to tabletop and shift your knees a bit closer together so they're hip distance. Inhale, cow pose. Arch your back, smile across your chest. Exhale, cat pose. Bring your chin to your throat. Press away from the ground. Inhale, cow pose. Lengthen across your belly and zip your stomach muscles up and in. Exhale, cat pose. Round through your back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Add in any other movements that feel good. Begin to wake up your hips and your spine. And throughout the class, you'll see some friendly, familiar faces of our PMY instructors. It's been really fun getting clips from each one of us, seeing us in our own practice. When you're ready, take downward facing dog. And so go ahead and spread out your toes. Add in some movement to wake up the back of your legs. Rest your heels towards the ground and press your chest towards your thighs. Take a full breath in. Exhale, ragdoll pose at the top. That's a wide stance in your feet. And collapse your stomach between your thighs and let your head hang heavy. You can reach for opposite elbows and sway side to side. Letting any tensions and pressures that bother you during the day, let them roll right off, drip onto your mat. Release your hands, bring your feet together. Bend your knees and slowly roll up to Namaste. From the hearts of the Power Moves team into your home, thank you so much for sharing your practice with us today. Together is better. Let's take a community breath. Take a supportive inhale through your nose. Open mouth exhale. Share the power of your practice. Inhale, mountain pose. Grip energy beneath your feet. Bring it up between your palms. Soften around your shoulders, your gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Once you have connection with the mat, begin to straighten through the back of your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Open up across your stomach, your chest. Tuck your chin into your throat. Exhale, plank. Now press firmly into the mat. Point your elbows towards the back of the room. This prepares us for chaturanga. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Straighten through your legs so much your knees lift off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. As you exhale, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, open up across your belly. Exhale, fold in half, sneak your stomach towards your knees. Inhale, mountain pose, slowly rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Hinge forward as you breathe in. Control on the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Full breath out to downward dog. Breathe in, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Tighter is lighter here. Press firmly away from the ground. Inhale, hinge your shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips back. Trust the weight into your heels. Exhale, forward fold. Connect your hands with the ground. Straighten your legs. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. And plank, tighter is lighter, so press away from the mat. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga with control. Upward facing dog, open your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your right toes. Take your time. Exhale, low lunge. Lighten the load under your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Hi there, Lexi. Straighten your back leg to encourage some depth in your front knee. Exhale, extended side. Roll your top shoulder back. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift up and over. Relax your back shoulder away from your ear. Exhale, plank. Scoop in your belly. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, lift your left toes. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Create a strong line from hand to hand. Exhale, extended side angle. Length along your bottom side and a commitment to the bend in your front knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe into your ribs here. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Open your belly and chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you breathe out, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. As you breathe out, take forward fold. Full breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Be strong through your belly. Hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right toes. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior up and over. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Float your left toes. Take a full breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees. Exhale, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Take your time to connect with the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe in, lift your right toes. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, lift your left toes. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, a strong plank here. Zip in your belly, hinge forward. Control to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And come on down to your knees. Let's set up for some core work with Ashley next. Let's all meet in boat pose together. Now lean back until you feel your upper belly muscles fire on. Plug your arms back into their sockets. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open arm twist. You breathe in, reach up to center. Open arm twist the opposite direction. And continue this movement and follow your own breath here. It helps to engage your low belly muscles when you dig your heels into the ground. Hollow back. Now hug your knees together. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Even yourself out. Are headed down to the ground next. Slow and controlled, lean back. Take a big morning stretch when you get there. Breathe into your stomach. And draw your knees to your chest. Rock side to side, massage out your low back. We're headed to eagle crunches next. I'll cross your right leg on top. Gonna bind your foot behind your ankle of your calf. As you exhale, lift your shoulder blades and head off the mat. Let out your breath. Inhale, lower halfway down. Can you keep your shoulders off the mat the whole time? With each crunch up, lift your hips a bit. Get your lower belly muscles involved here. Let out your stale air at the top. Control on the way down. And take your time to release. I like to massage out my low back here myself. And switch out to the other side. And close up the littlest space between your thighs. Use your hands to support your head. As you breathe out, lift your shoulder blades and hips off the ground. And get your low belly muscles involved here. Draw your knees towards your chest as you crunch up. Press your lower back into the mat, especially on the way down. It's really there to protect your lower back when we say that. Lift your shoulders. Keep a little space between your chin and your chest. Find a bit of control at the top. Slow on the way down. Go ahead and release. Rock your knees side to side. Massage out your low back here. Have oblique crunches next. Now cross your right ankle over your knee. And send your shoulder up and over. Exhale, up and lift. Find a bit of a twist here. Inhale halfway down so your head and shoulders actually stay off the mat the whole time. There you go. Can you get your shoulder towards your knee? Keep your elbows wide and open. Let out all your breath at the top. Hug your ribs down into the mat. All right, friends, let's even this out by taking the other side. And take your time to get there. Add in any other movements that feel good. Oblique pigeon crunches on the other side. When you're ready, exhale up and over. You want to aim your shoulder to meet your opposite knee. Now, it doesn't actually touch, but that's the direction we're headed. Splay your elbows out of your vision. Inhale, lower halfway down. Control at the very top. Nice. Let's finish strong together. Even yourself out. All this belly work is to get to bigger yoga postures such as arm balances and the belly strength to help us. Take a few rocks on the length of your spine. Let's head to Malasana. Malasana is a wide yogi squat. Now, when you step in, it's a squat where your knees and your feet are actually open. I want them to point in the same direction. Now, Ashley's taking downward facing dog to get there, but feel free to add in some movements that feel good for you before we sit down into this big hip opener. Ideally, your heels touch the ground. Use your elbows to splay your knees open wide. Draw your chest to your thumbs. This helps flatten the upper back. Reconnect with your Ujjayi breath. And thank you so much for sharing your practice with the Power Moves Yoga team. Reconnect with your intention and the purpose of your practice today. And gently open your eyes. We're headed to crow pose, the arm balance next. Flatten your palms on the ground. Now, you can bring your feet a bit closer together, but you want your knees as close to your armpits as you can. Lift your chin and gaze forward. You'll trust your weight into your hands and you'll lighten the load in your toes. Maybe just test which toe feels better to lift at first. And when you feel ready, you're going to trust weight forward and float both toes off the mat. And grip in from your lower belly to lift your hips. And take your time, play around with this one. Now, we don't want to just get into crow pose. It's ideal to float into it so that you can actually stay there for a while and breathe. And when you're done playing, we'll meet in Sphinx pose. Sphinx pose is really great to open up the front of your hips after Malasana and crow pose. It tends to get a little stiff in the front of your hips. It's a great one to lengthen and bring some flexibility into your hip flexors. Create a figure 11 with your forearms and traction your heart forward. It's actually a pretty active pose. Breathe into your belly. And press back into downward facing dog. And settle your heels towards the ground. Press your chest towards your thighs. Inhale, float your right foot up. And kick energy through your heel. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Float your back heel off the ground. Plug your left thigh back into its socket. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lean your heart forward. Exhale, revolved crescent. Hi there. And leverage off your bottom elbow to lift your chest up to your thumbs. A back knee on the ground gives you some extra stability to twist a little bit deeper. One more full round of breath. Exhale, runner's lunge. Shift your foot to the outer edge of your mat. Soften your hips forward and down. Take deep breaths here. Find the softness and ease. A comfortable breath out. Take half split. Straighten through your front leg. Go ahead and lift your chest up. Arch through your low back. And find a neutral spine. Play around with the direction of your toes. And find some length in the back of your leg. And plant your hand firmly to the ground. Inhale, side plank. And find even length through your sides. Your knee on the ground gives you some extra stability here. Exhale, plank. Strong belly now. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Open your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Shoot energy through your foot. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Now square your hips forward. Lengthen up through your sides. You tuck your hips under and straighten your back leg a bit. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, revolved crescent. You get your arm towards the center of your thigh. Use your back knee on the ground if you did so on the other side. Leverage off your bottom elbow to twist further. Exhale, runner's lunge. Come on down to the ground. Widen your stance. Relax your hips forward and down. And softness and ease around your shoulders and gaze. Exhale, half split. Lengthen through the back of your leg. Find a neutral spine. Notice any differences on the side. We're headed to side plank. So flatten your hand firmly to the ground. Whatever foot is in front, that's the direction you open towards. Inhale, side plank. Use your knee on the ground if you did so on the other side. An even length through your sides. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Exhale, ragdoll at the top. Now, lengthen your spine. And then take gorilla pose. And sneak your palms underneath the soles of your feet till your toes can reach the crease of your wrist. It's really great to give your hands and wrists a break from all the planks and hard work you do in chaturanga. Let your head hang. When you release, bring your feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle pose. Now sweep your right leg over. Your right arm comes under. With each breath out, compress out your stale air. Feel your inner belly muscles. Inhale, warrior three. As you see, Kristen starts with her toe on the ground. Find a straight line. Then hinge forward. Stomp through your base leg and draw in your stomach muscles to support your back. Inhale, tree pose. You can start with your toe on the ground to find balance and stability. As you feel comfortable, go ahead and reach your arms overhead. Helps to find an object on the ground to focus on. Set up for dancer's pose. Lower your elbow and grab the inside arch of your foot, your elbow pit to face open. As you breathe out, kick into your hand. A proud chest and dancer's pose here. Inhale, warrior one. Now step back lightly. A warrior one is a bit of a shorter stance. Let your hips slightly open and square your shoulders over your front knee. Exhale, step forward, hands to heart. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle on the other side. Now bind your arms around, then send your gaze beyond your hands. With each breath out, compress out your stale air and find your inner belly muscles. Inhale, warrior three, and exhale, hinge forward. And keep a strong line of energy from your floating heel through the crown of your head. The strength of your belly muscles is there to support your back. Inhale, tree pose. Now find the same expression you took in your feet that you did on the other side. Once you feel stable, inhale, reach your arms overhead. Soften your gaze. Set up for dancer's pose. Lower your elbow. You want to capture the inside arch of your foot so that your palm is face upward. As you breathe out, kick strongly into your hand and keep your chest lifted. And notice how Kristen has her front arm reaching up slightly instead of down at the ground. You want to keep your chest up. Take your time to release. Inhale, warrior one. Straighten your back leg completely. Bring your arms closer to your ears. Exhale, step forward, hands to heart center. Have Vivian up next to slow things down. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe in, lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Take your time to warrior two. Breathe in. Soften your gaze over your front hand. Reconnect with your breath. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. And roll your hips back. Give a little effort to reach up. Lengthen through your bottom side. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. To lower into horse, now point your knees the same direction as your toes. Add in any movement that just intuitively just feels right. Listen to your body's needs. Inhale, star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Now point your toes in, your heels out. Hinge at your hips to lower down. The wider your feet here, the easier this posture tends to be. Release the back of your neck. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, low lunge at the top. Inhale, easy twist. Now, whatever foot is in front, that's the same hand that reaches up to the sky. Straighten through your back leg completely. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Reconnect with your breath, your dedication for your practice today. Exhale, triangle pose. Find length along your bottom side body. A little bend in your front knee. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. As you breathe in, star, straighten through your legs, reach through your arms. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Lead with your belly, your chest and head to follow. Listen to your breath. Listen to your body's needs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge at the top. Inhale, easy twist. Separate your bottom shoulder from your ear and send your front knee towards your chest. It helps to press down through your foot. Find plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. And lift your right leg. Exhale, pigeon. And bring your knee behind your hand. Uncurl your back toes. When you're ready, rest your belly, your heart, and your head down to the ground. And surrender. Bring a little softness and ease to this posture. Really great one to open up the outside of your hip. Gently press into your hands. Send fresh blood flow to your knee and to your foot. We'll switch out to the other side on your own time. Whatever knee is in front, that's the same shoulder that you want to gaze over and then rest down to the ground. Slow down your breath. It helps slow down your mind. Gently press into your hands. Send fresh blood flow to your foot. Hinge forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Let your chest get there first. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, cobra pose. Now lighten the load in your hands. Neutralize your neck with your spine. Draw your elbows towards one another. And exhale, rest a cheek down to the mat. Notice your breath. Is there any room to relax and surrender into the ground? And set up for floor bow. And grab your feet behind you. Exhale, floor bow. And kick into your hands. With the opening across your chest and shoulders. Exhale, lower down gently. Rest your opposite cheek to the mat. Notice that little bit of back bend, how it elevates the heart rate. Use your breath to slow down. And come on up to a kneeling stance. We'll set up for camel pose. Bring your knees hip distance apart, your hands along the smalls of your back. Draw your elbows together. Inhale, camel pose. Send your gaze back. Trust your throat to open. Lift your heart towards the sky. Take your time to come on out of the pose. Regroup. Use your ujjayi breath to slow down the pace of your heartbeat. Notice any emotions that may have come up. We're headed down to the ground next to set up for bridge pose. So you lay down, bring your heels close to your bum. Rest your arms at your side. Inhale, bridge. Now lift your hips. Now press down the bone underneath your big toes. This helps engage your inner thighs to keep your knees neutral. You can grab your hands beneath you if that feels good across your shoulders. Relax your neck. Exhale, lower down. Take bound angle pose. The soles of your feet come together. Your knees open. Relax through your arms down to your hands. Up next, we have relaxation with Stephen. One more full round of breath here. Now use your hands to support your knees closed. And draw your legs into your chest and take a few gentle rocks side to side. And then rock and roll the length of your spine to come up to a seat. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, seated forward fold. Now lead with your stomach, your chest and head to follow. You flex your toes, you'll find some extra length through the back of your legs. Soften around your shoulders and neck. Should be able to breathe into your belly and back here. If you've lost that, it's a good sign to back off a bit. Gently release. We're headed down to the ground. Take your time to get there. Take half wind removing pose. Draw your right knee in. And take your thigh out and around to the side of your ribs here. Bring some length to the back of your neck. Exhale, supine twist. And send your knee across your body and tee your arms out to the side. Now flip your right palm to face upward and soften your gaze over your hand. Slow down the breath and slow down your mind. And take your time back to center. Let's switch out to the other side when you're ready. And a little compression in the front of your hip. Remember to relax. All the hard work is done at this point. As you breathe out, send your leg across your body. And soften your gaze or even close your eyes. Send loving breath to your lower back. And gently come back to center. We're headed to happy baby pose. So I'm going to take your time. Reach for the outside of your feet. Now, it's ideal to have your arms on the inside of your knees. So that way you can use your arms to pry your hips open and actually flatten your very low back into the ground. You rock side to side, straighten one leg then the other. This helps to neutralize your hips, massage out your lower back. We'll end here in waterfall pose with your legs straight up overhead. Take a breath in. Lower down to final Savasana, corpse pose. And take a few moments here just to appreciate your practice and time on your mat. Namaste from the Power Moves team.
The mission at Power Moves Yoga is to be an instrument of education
And inspiration
An inspiration.
Inspiration.
for you in your yoga adventure.
Our vision is to meet you where you're at today.
and create a welcoming environment for everyone to experience yoga.
Vibrations of health and happiness in all aspects of life.
Through yoga, meditation, and community engagement.
As Henry Ford said,
coming together is the beginning.
Keeping together is progress.
And working together is success. Thank you for sharing your yoga journey with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your yoga journey with us.
Now let's continue to flow together and grow together.